Hello everyone, it's Professor Zerangvai back with another weekly stream news review. Now this week we are getting more and more reviews from the festival Booster 2023, and I cannot believe that there is a lot of things that is going to be released in the next month or so, and there's a lot of unpack and there's a lot of things that I did not expect from the art itself, from the festival booster art, and it's also quite safe to say, not safe to say, I guess it's really like a lot of like exciting things coming up with, because I have when I first saw this card news, I feel like yo, this is going to change a lot of things. This is like change a lot of cards. Backlist. This is going to change a lot of playstyles, and this is going to change like how the future of Vanguard is gonna be. But without further ado, before I get into the news, if you do like my content, please do like, subscribe, and do share the video if you do like this. My analysis, my reactions to as I cover this news. So without further ado, I'm gonna cover like some of the PRs for this like the festival booster reviews, as well as the PRs for the upcoming month also. So we have over here, we have the common cards in Festival Booster 2023, which we have surprisingly right line from TD01 up to TD03, which is like Georgie World's Office and Lee Arnon, and as well as new generic triggers from all nations, and all of them I have followed some sort of like a certain themes. So if you can see here, we have like basically the Dragon Empire are all stealth dragons, so you can probably use this in premium players. And then you have like Hell Moon for Dark States. You have like Link Joker aesthetics. I'm talking about like aesthetics in terms of the artwork. You have like something like Genesis, Royal Paladin from Keter Sanctuary. You have Aqua Force aesthetics for Stoichia, and then you have like, of course, Mermaids from Lyrical Monastery, which is like self-explanatory. So but the thing that I did not expect that they would try to reprint this entire set, because like I said, we know that this one pack will contain about 3 cards. So one reprint, there's going to be like one reprint of the like some of the cards like Wingram and the PGs. There's one new card, and this apparently is about the new card, which will be printed as like in common rarity. So I don't understand why they want to print it in common rarity. Could have just printed. I mean, they could have printed it in holo. It would be much more worth it, I guess. But it's generic triggers. They don't have like any specific skills. But then again, the fact that they have been reprinted like this, a lot of like new triggers, makes it so I'm kind of happy, because like people are searching for triggers as new right lines come left and right coming out. People are like scrambling, searching for new triggers to like get into it. So, and unfortunately for some players, they have to like dismantle some of the decks, their triggers, and then they have to like mix into it into the new decks. Like say for example, if I play Baba Sagra but then I bought with Gandiva, I have to like dismantle some of my effect triggers and then put in the Gandiva if I don't have enough. And that's when you want to like play like 2 separate decks of it all without like going on the trouble, but of like dismantling it and sleeving it back. So this is technically a very good reprints for like this set and new triggers. It's not effect triggers, but it's okay. I guess we are all in desperate need of new triggers to come out. So that's I think that's a very good card to to be reprinted. And for this one, we are going to have the support for lololnelol, or as I call it, lololnelol. So we have Clear Stream Marilu. So it is continuous regard. During a turn, if there are 2 or more face down cards in all the zombies unit plus 10k, so 10k power is technically good for lololnelol. So 20k, she's a 20k attacker already by herself. And then if you persona right during this turn, this cost may be played with Soul Blast 1. Then this unit plays on the rearguard circle, you Soul Blast. No, not Soul Blast. You put a card from your hand into your soul, search your deck for up to 1 song cards, reveal it, and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. So this ensures you to, you know, search for like a lot of like songs, which are basically like set orders for lololnelol for her to like activate based on how many songs and based on how many songs that she's singing while like technically in face down. So that's how what lololnelol is supposed to be. That's how her playstyle is supposed to be played. And then yeah, so she can be soul blasted as well. So we have one support for her, and then now we have the new lololnelol you know, support, which is we have Sing With Me lololnelol. So the heartfelt song is lololnelol can be recorded as the same name, so that's about it. So that's how it's the name of how this new dress up is. The old dress up is basically the heartfelt song lololnelol, and then you have like this one, right? Nonetheless, we have the skill is that when this unit is placed on Vanguard circle, you look at the top 5 cards of the deck. You choose up to 1 grade 3 or less unit from a mountain, collect to rearguard circle, and shuffle your deck, which is quite good for you to like call Marilu, for example, or call something else that you might need for the for her multi attacks and whatnot, right? So after that, we have the second skill, which is when this unit attacks a Vanguard. Choose up to 1 face-up song in the order zone and sing it, which means that you have to cover the 1 order card face down. If your opponent is grade 3 or greater, you Soul Blast 1 grade 3 card with lololnelol in its card name. So basically, it's like Persona Blast. I think that's the term for it last time. Soul Blast 3 with grade 3 with lololnelol in its card name, and until the end of the battle, this unit gets strike +1. And your opponent cannot call Sentinels from Guardian Circle to hand. So basically, the old lololnelol is also cannot call Sentinels from hand, but the extra part of it is that she gets plus another extra drive, so that's quite scary already. I think like she also allows herself to sing. If you play the orders, if you're very familiar with lololnelol, she also has that one song order that when she sung, she gets 1 crit. So not only that not only she's getting a Sentinel guard restrict, she also gets drive +1, and she also is gonna, like, if she sings the order, she can basically do like swing for like very big power, like 15k +1 crit. So it's technically like very very scary as well, you know. So lololnelol, I think like this little lololnelol is not that bad. The nyan girl, yeah. So we have technically lololnelol in her cute art, and yeah, so I think that's quite nice. I am not a really huge fan of this art. I prefer the old art better, but I mean it's with the Easter, like basically it's the Easter theme festival booster set, so I guess that's fine by me. Yeah, nice lololnelol skill. Okay, now this is where I did not expect that the poster art for festival booster has come under this point. We all know it's going to be a Cray card, but we didn't expect it to be actually a new over trigger. So we have Spiritual Law of Ignition. I think is Jojin no Sereo Varunaut, Varunaut. It's actually an elemental, which means that it's generic. You can play this in all nations, which it's replaceable with, like, I don't know, Cactus Sanctuary, Dark States, whatsoever. All nations can play this. So without further ado, let's get straight into the skill. When you drive check this will get to be the additional effect. You choose one of the standing rearguards, and at the end of the battle, that this unit attack stand this unit until end of turn. If you did not choose, you draw 1 card, you choose up to 1 unit card from your hand and call it your rearguard circle. Now, let me say that how this card is actually kind of good in like a lot of situations. Let's say, for example, Unrivaled Bruce potentially can do 7 attacks, and if you have Eden, you're basically swinging, let's say for example 100 million to Eden, and then Eden restands and he gets double crit. He swings again and then he restands, and then he swings for 100 million again with a double crit. So this is actually quite a scary, scary overtrigger for like some cars as well, for restanders, especially like I don't know, like say Bruce for example. Um, like Shoujo Doji could do 7 attacks for example with not Shoujo Doji. I think Shoujo Doji can have 5 attacks. Let's take this for example. Megalo Suchi can also do 7 attacks also as well. Like the decks with multi attacks can increase another attack, I guess you could say. And even then, even if you do not have any situations where you are not able to like stand one rearguard, or like all at the like end of the battle that you have only rest units, you call one card from your hand and just call it to the rearguard circle, which grants you another additional attack. So this is technically a very good card. Now I've heard like from like discussions from some of my friends that this card actually is very useful. Yeah, it actually can replace Cactus Sentry's overtrigger, because they felt like Cactus Sentry's overtrigger does not really do justice for them in certain situations. Because like their rearguards have to drive check, especially when they are grade 2 games, like all their rearguards are grade 2 and thereby they can only check one time, which is not really useful. Or like some of them could say that this is not really, this can actually try to replace, I will say like for example Dragon Empire, but then Dragon Empire can allow you to drive check. Then again, it to each their own. And some people just don't like the playstyle of this. I understand. Some people might like it, some people might not like it. Some deck lists would have like more suitable to play this overtrigger, others would not be. But I would take my own personal experience of playing, let's say like Unrivaled Bruce for example, when you have like 6 attacks already. This can actually ensure you to do like another one attack, which means you have 7 attacks at one turn. So it's quite good in situations like this. So I would say it's not bad, honestly speaking. It's in a double rare actually. Yeah, it's actually double rare, honestly speaking. Which is kind of like, it's a triple rare or double rare? It's actually a triple rare. Wow. Yeah, of course it's, I mean like if it's the box art, it's definitely triple rare. Yeah. So there's that. Okay, now next one we have a new Regalia piece, which is Torpedo Surrogate. This is a Regalis piece, which means that you can only play up to one Regalis piece per game, which is the last time we have is the Holy Grail, the Blue Cup, which is in BT08 if I'm not mistaken. So which allows you to that allows you to have Persona, right? And you can only have one Regalis piece, so that's the only Regalis piece at the moment. But this is the new Regalis piece. The skill is that search your deck for all draw for up to a total of 2 grade 3 or 4 unique cards, grade 3 or 4, unique cards with different names, and reveal them. Call all reveal grade 3s to the rearguard circle and put all the reveal grade 4s into your hand. If you search the deck, shuffle your deck. You may also search for only one card. Now, let me tell you why this Regalis piece is actually really useful for like grade 4 decks like Unrivaled Bruce, Seraph Pure Light, Magnolia Elder, and etc. Right? Okay, maybe Magnolia Elder may use this card, maybe not. But then again, like Bastion Prime for example, and what's the last grade 4 that's on top of my head? Mahanivana, right? So I said on my previous video that like we already have Amelia for like Mahanivana, we already have like the fairy for the Magnolia support. I did not expect that this will be the next big support for like all the grade 4s. So even in like all these like instances that you can like ensures you that you can have one grade 4 in your hand by the time you are on the grade 3 turn, like in your first grade 3 turn, probably you can only like search already for your grade 4s in order for you to get into your grade 4 next turn, which I say is actually quite a good situation. So you really want to be very fast to be ready on a grade 4 for allows you for triple drive. Yeah, and that's that. So it's a grade 3, it's actually a triple rare. So that's quite nice. Then the best part about this is that you can call all the grade 3s. So you can basically call Julian for Bruce. You can call Inlet House for Magnolia Elder, or Zorga, or like the Ruination, like roaming prison dragon, okay, or anything like very important grade 3s in the deck, which is like very helpful. Like say I'm giving like Julian and Inlet Pulse examples, but I'm pretty sure that you understand your decks better. Then the good grade 3s, you can just call it out. I'll reveal them, and all the grade 4 cards you can also put it into your hand as well. So it's actually quite good, you know. So it's actually pretty, you know, like I said, the way when this Regalis piece is released makes the grade 4 decks no longer obsolete in the future. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to be the meta, the shifting of meta from like grade 4 decks. It used to be very good during the BT04 and BT05 days, before Eva takes over the main spot at the time. Well, she's slowly getting as in Eva was slowly dominating 05. Back then it was all the grade 4 decks like Pure Seraph Pure Line and Emerald Boost and etc. Right? So for them to come back in the spotlight of the meta is something which I'm very excited with. Then again, I'm really hoping that there will be more supports like this in the future, but we will see how. But I think this Regalis piece is chef's kiss, very good. Good Regalis piece for every grade 4 decks. Must play, I guess. Very good to play. Alright, so we have new Tegra review next week as well as generic support card for order cards. I'm not sure what's that gonna be, but we'll see. And then more information about BD12. This is where I'm really excited about, because I want to see what BD12 has to offer for us. So yeah, that's that. Alright, so I'm gonna skip card of the day, and now we have Steam Performer Togge. So we are in the PR level. I mean, we are in the PR level now. So this is Steam Performer Togge. So when this unit is put in the soul as a cost of your build, put in the soul by your card's ability, if you have a Vanguard with only Moon, which is going to be used in Lucre, in premium you can put this in Hari or whatsoever, right? For its clan, you bind this card, you search your deck or drop for up to 1 grade 3 card, and put it into your soul. If you search your deck, shuffle your deck. So technically good for Lucre in D standard, because of how you can search the grade 3 order card for Lucre, and then you put it in your soul, which means that you ensure yourself to be able to play that order card in that one turn. So that's kind of good as well, but again, she has to bind herself, which is I'm not sure about the part where she binds herself, but for her to able to shove in grade 3 orders is pretty good enough already, I guess. So it's an okay PR card for Lucre. So I guess Lucre should, Lucre could give her more good support. And then we have Storming Brave Shooter, which is an Aquaroid Stoichia. So continuous regular circle, this unit gets 5k power for each Blue Storm Armada in your order zone. So you know that this is going to be encounter support. So 5k for each Armada card. So if you have 4 maximum, you're gonna have a 20k. So basically she's a 30k attacker and active on opponent's turn. So opponent's turn, she's gonna be a 30k if you have 4 Blue Storm or 1% orders already on your order zone, which is very hard to attack her. The only way to get rid of her is to just retire it or just mod deck it. So from the jet. That's the first skill. The second skill, back row Regard Circle. At the end of the battle, that you other unit in the same column as this unit attack. If you have a Vanguard with Maelstrom in its card name, you counter +1, choose one of your regards and swap positions with this unit. 4th attack guaranteed, 4th attack, 5th attack guaranteed. So this is actually good because I don't think players will want to rely on Blue Assault and Blue Assault anymore in order for them to Soul Blast one and just swap positions. This is actually good enough already for this is a very good replacement for Blue Assault. And I believe this is going to be a very expensive PR, like Brajuo, for example, Emposa. This could be Emposa levels of replacement for, let's say, for example, Rook Armwood. I think this will be in the same way that it's going to be a very good replacement for Blue Assault as well. Definitely a 3 off, 4 off, but I think if I'm a Maelstrom player, I think I will play 4 of her. So it's actually like quite 4 of him or her. I can't tell, but they are, but yeah, whatever. It's already quite good in a sense. So you know that you have like 4 attacks, thereby you can activate Maelstrom's ability to like counter +1, draw 1, retire 1 of your opponent's rear. So it's quite good. I like this order card. Alright, and now we have the third PR card, which is Knight of Divine Order Seisas. It's from Capital Sanctuary, where this unit is placed on the rearguard circle. If you have a Vanguard with only Genesis, this is going to be a Minerva support, so this is going to be like a set 8 support for all the encounters. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 card from among them, put in the soul and the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order, thereby ensuring that you have like a lot of filter. That's about it. In the soul, you can be like, I don't know, Angelica, I guess, in order to like say front row 5k. If you have like a great 3 in the soul, so I think that's also like quite good. Or you can put in Chamomile. Chamomile is good. Melissa is also quite good. So yes, it's a very good card, and it doesn't really require some sort of like cost for it as well. So it's actually quite nice. And at the second skill, at the end of the battle that this unit attack, if you have a Vanguard with Minerva in its card name, you soul +1 and retire this unit. You choose a card in your hand or your drop and put it into your soul. If you put a card from your hand, you draw 1 card. So it's actually quite good. So which means that you can recycle a lot of your Chamomile and Melissas, and I don't know, some cards, important cards that you want to find it very important in there. So it's great to support, and I think it's actually the way how this deck is designed is supposed to be is because you can shove in like a doesn't probably like not run off souls next turn, which is also what this card can do it's supposed to do. So all of them are great tools. I just want to point out that all of them are great tools. So it's yeah, very nice. I'm looking forward to what this deck can actually like do in the future. Alright, for like the encounter decks. Now the last part, the last part of this, no, well, not really the last part, but like the last PR of this reveal is actually Reminiscing Flower Maiden, Claudine. It's Claudine, alright. So it's from Stoic here, and act once per turn on Vanguard Circle. You retire 3 rear guards, and this unit gets continuous, all your plants token gets 5k and drive +1 until end of turn. So, which is really good, and she gets a triple drive and you boost up all your like plant tokens as well. And second skill, act once per turn, you bind an order card from the drop zone and call up to 2 plant tokens to rear guard circle. So basically she has to play order cards in general. And then alter, and then the third skill is auto Vanguard Circle. With this unit attack, you soul +1, you choose 1 of your plant tokens, stun it, and for every 2 orders with different names, card names in your drop and bind zone, which is like for every 2 different ones, that unit gets 5k at the end of turn. This is from the monthly Bushiroad PR, magazine's PR. Oof, that's going to hurt a lot, Red Wallet. But then again, this is like what I call like Rorowa 2.0 clone. It's the same thing as in like say Megalosuchi is how Megalosuchi was meant to be like a offshoot. I would say like offshoot support for like Sojiology. Claudine is also Claudine is actually like an offshoot support for Rorowa as well, because it allows her to like play plant tokens and orders, and probably you could say to an extent it kind of like sounds like Zorga as well. But look at this art and tell me if this doesn't remind you of Arsha. This is basically Arsha 2.0, right? So it kind of reminds me so much of Arsha. So I'm not Arsha main, but I can like feel the reminiscence. Like this is like gives me the Arsha vibes already. And so Asha in D is pretty funny. In before they come out, Asha strike deck set, who knows, right? Bushiroad. If you wanna do it, just do it. Okay, Asha strike deck set, Ultimate strike deck set, whatever you want, right? Okay. That's actually quite good in itself. cards that works well with Claudine. You have the one that is counter +1 and call 2 plant tokens. You have like the other Stoic Hero card that I don't really know the skill, and then you have the grade 3 order that allows you to choose grade 2 actually, grade 2 order that allows you to choose one rearguard, and plus for every 5 cards you can drop to plus 5k, and then 15 amount plus 1 grade. You also have the one that is like counter +2 to like counter +4 or counter +2 in order for you to draw 2. I think this can reduce the counter plus if you have like some sort of like order in there. I don't remember, but I've seen this card before. So like there's a lot of decks, like there's a lot of order cards that you can go well with Claudine. The Golden Experience Zorga order, like the Golden Order Ye Wandering Souls, it actually also works well with her as well. So like four drive checks. Or you can play the one that like Soul +1, the one that Soul +1 look top 3, drop 1 to rear, like drop 1 to choose 1, go to drop zone, shuffle the rest, and just call 1 card from the drop zone and call it to rear. So that might work as well. You know, the possibilities of this card are endless. Tearful Menace is also important because like you can sack 2 plant tokens and boost to soul, counter charge 1 and draw 1. So there's a lot of possibilities that Claudine can actually can do with this deck. So it's like a mix of Zorga and Roroba together with the plant tokens and the order. So this is actually quite an interesting deck. Like a new right line and interesting deck is supposed to be. And so that's about it. And then we have this new PR order, which I have no words on what is this supposed to be. It's Mysteric Habitat. It's a Stoic Kia. It's a normal order. On first glance, I thought it was lyrical set order, lyrical set order, but it's not. It's not set order, lyrical normal order, but it's not. It's Stoicia. The skill is that you look at the top 7 cards of the deck, you choose up to 1 unique card from order with the grade equal or less than your Vanguard's grade. Your quality of cards to put and shuffle your deck. So basically, it's the same thing as like the Soul +1 that I've mentioned earlier. It's just that this one doesn't have a cost in general. And I felt like this is like a very, very good ass card in general. You will see why when I explain the second skill. Continuous in the deck. When you will search or choose a unique card from the deck, you may search or choose this card as well. Oh wow, you can actually, this is a great one as well. You can actually like search anything, including itself. So when you can also call it to the rear guard. So hence the second skill, you call it to when this card will be called to the rear guard from from the deck. You put it into the hand instead of putting it in the draw. Like yikes! This set order, like not set order, this normal order opens up like a huge level of possibilities for Stoic here in the future. Imagine what you can do with like Zorga with this when you outcome magic it. Imagine what you can do with like, I don't know, with Claudine for example. Imagine what you can do with Roroba for example. Like this is actually a good Stoic here normal order, and not gonna lie, this is actually quite good. I think like there are good new PRs coming up for support everything, and as like I said earlier on in this video, this orders and new cards are completely going to change everything what this standard is going to move on in the near future. So expect a lot of Stoic decks to play this normal order in the future. Of course, then again, Roroba doesn't have space because Roroba has 2 orders already, 1 set order and 1 normal order. So make some space, make some room for this order card because this is actually a good card. Then again, all the PRs I mentioned just now is going to be expensive. They're going to be like costing at least about 60 ringgit per. So buy at your own risk, people. I'm not telling you whether or not you want to play it, but I guess if it's playable, it's good. Just play it, but watch your wallets, I guess. Okay. Then again, we have the next Thursday. We have like this Thursday, like the new blue overtrigger. We have the red OT, and now we have the blue OT. Now the blue OT is something which I am a tad bit disappointed with it. But nonetheless, we're gonna get straight into the skill. Spiritual Lord of Atmosphere, Eidos Faro. Additional effect, choose a card from your drop zone, add it to your hand, choose one of your units, and it gets one crit until end of turn. It's underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. The best part of this over trigger, let's not dismiss it like how underwhelming it is at the moment. I would say that the best part of this over trigger is that you can able to bounce back perfect cards into your hand, or you can just bounce back normal orders, set orders, or anything. A card from your drop zone can ranges from a lot of trigger units, PGs, anything, right? So it's meant to be a very defensive OT. Red OT is offensive, like I said earlier. This is the blue defensive. The blue one I would say is rather a more defensive one, because if you think you can't survive next turn, I think this blue OT can help you in some situations where if you want to bounce back your PG into your hand, you can do so, or like a 15k shield or anything, the card that you might need next turn. So it's quite good, and plus choose one units plus one crit is also quite nice, because you can able to choose, your units can attack for like twice. So I think that's okay-ish, but for me personally, I felt like this is a little bit underwhelming, and I don't feel like people will play this blue OT. It's just that I expect that people will play more red OT than a blue OT, so that's about it. Either Sparrow doesn't really impress me as much with this one. I mean, then again, do whatever you like play whatever playlist you want. I felt like this is a little bit underwhelming for my taste. One card from drop means anything. You can give your units plus one crit, that is also good, but other than that, I felt like it's kind of underwhelming. But then again, we have the new Regardless piece, which we mentioned earlier that Busher mentioned earlier, there will be like two new Regardless piece. One is the one that you're about to search like one grade 4 and review 2 grade 3s and call them. That one is one's a normal order. This time round, this Regardless piece is actually a blitz order. Now, Evergreen Transfer, you play this card with Soul +1, you choose one of your units, and it gets power 25k until the end of the battle. Choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets continuous Vanguard. All of your opponent's unit with power 100 million or greater gets critical -1 until end of turn. So basically, it's very defensive as well, because you can basically block Gravidia, I guess, in one way or another. And the fact that it -1 critical is also like good, especially if you're facing situations where you can fight Gravidia and Gravidia drive checks and OT, for example. 100 million -1 crit. Of course, the critical doubles, but at least it's still a -1 crit. But my point being here is that in situations where you are faced in certain situations where it has double crits, you have at least minimum one crit rear guards or units that is attacking you, you are able to take that attack. You are able to quote unquote have that unit attack and not be affected by it. So in a sense, this is a very good defensive blitz order, I would say. So again, all Regardless piece you can only play up to 1. So I think that's about how this is supposed to be. And yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm not saying that this is a very bad card. I would say that this is rather situational in certain cases, but it's a good card nonetheless. Last of all, this makes me laugh a lot. Playing short tournaments for me nets you a chance to get Master of Hydreigon art with alternate art with Masanori's face on it. With Masanori's face on it, which makes it alternate art is I prefer the old original Master of Hydreigon art and not this one. But then again, I expect them to reprint Master of Hydreigon, because Master of Hydreigon's price is up the roof, is in high heavens. So for them to have short tournaments and have Mask of Hydreigon is already good enough. I know they will make reprints. Yes, Masker's player, hold on. Just hold on your wallets to buy another Mask of Hydreigon. This will come in and probably drop the price for a little bit. It's still going to be expensive, but hold on to your wallets and join shop tournaments, because Blastoise Hydreigon is here, but if Blastoise is face on it, I don't care if you don't like it. It's like, if you don't like that art, it's still Mask of Hydreigon. Hold your wallets, Blastoise player, including me myself, because I'm already expecting that they will make a reprint, and reprint they did with Masanori art. I don't care. I know it's funny, I know it's ugly, but it's not still Mask of Hydreigon. Hold on that. Alright? So good move on that part, alright? So that's about it. Alright, so I'm going to skip card of the day, but this is the English version for the news, so the name's already there. I'm not gonna run through already because this is already a long video by itself, and I'm running out of breath. I'm talking about like half an hour at this point, and you're probably already bored at this point. So without further ado, I would say, alright, last but not least, I would say thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that you guys have a very good week ahead. And I'm really loving the review so far, and without much complaint, just accept it as it is. There are some good cards, there are some bad cards, but just deal with it. I mean, Festival Booster so far, the reviews are quite okay. Some of them are quite good, some of them are quite underwhelming, but so far it's already good enough for me. I've already rated like 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 out until this point, so it's good. So I will end this video right here, right now. I've been talking about for like 36 hours, and I'm probably sure that you do not want to hear me ramble anymore. So I will end my video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video, which is like, I don't know, like next week or something. I'll probably give my opinions about like my analysis on like set 10, I guess, on the Masters unit, how I would like to rate my Masters, like how I would rate Masters units in general. So that video is gonna come out shortly enough, and I'll see you guys on the next video. This has been 34695 signing